on the 4th anniversary of the Ukraine conflict, Moscow dropping a bombshell accusation claiming Britain and France are plotting to arm Kiev with nuclear weapons. As European leaders land in Kiev in a show of unity, the stakes have never been higher. According to Russia's foreign ministry, officials in the UK and France are allegedly exploring ways to provide Ukraine with nuclear capabilities. No evidence made public, no documents shown. But the language at the same time is explosive. Moscow is warning that such a move would be seen as a direct and dangerous escalation. And Moscow says this would cross a red line that could trigger unpredictable consequences. In fact, the former Russian president and current deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council has warned that Russia could launch nuclear strikes on France and UK if they arm Kiev with nukes. And the Russian president has also accused Ukraine of sabotaging the peace process with the help of Western intelligence agencies. In a televised address, the Russian leader said the West cannot inflict defeat on Russia and hence is desperate to use any means, including nuclear weapons. Putin warned that the West would regret reaching such an extreme point. Listen to this.
There are already media reports of their attempts, or rather intentions, to use even some kind of nuclear component. They probably understand what this could lead to. They can't inflict a strategic defeat on Russia. They just can't. But they want it so badly. They can't live without it. Or at least they think they can't. They are determined to inflict Russia a defeat and are looking for any method, absolutely any. They will push themselves to some extreme point and then regret it.
Ukraine gave up its Soviet-era nuclear weapons in the 1990s under the Budapest Memorandum, remember? And since then, it has relied on Western military aid, tanks, long-range missiles, air defense systems, but no nuclear arms. The Russian Foreign Intelligence Service says Britain and France believe that by possessing nuclear weapons, Ukraine would be able to secure more favorable terms for ending the conflict. And several European leaders, including Finnish President and the Swedish Prime Minister, are in Kiev to mark the 4th anniversary. The European Commission chief, meanwhile, is also there, reaffirming that Europe stood unwaveringly with Ukraine financially, militarily, and through this harsh winter. The European leaders, shoulder to shoulder, in that moment of silence for the fallen troops in the Ukrainian capital. The NATO chief also speaking, assuring Ukraine of continued support.
Ukraine, Olena Zelenska, President of the Republic of Finland, Alexander Stubb, President of the European Council, Antonio Costa, President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, Prime Minister of the Republic of Croatia.
Ukraine needs more. Because a promise of help does not end a war. Ukraine needs ammunition today and every day, until the bloodshed stops. Ukraine continues to blunt Russia's aggression, and despite Putin's posturing, Russia has failed to meet their ambitions on the battlefield.
The war continues to drag on, trenches frozen, cities scarred, missiles traded across borders. But today, on the anniversary of that war, the battlefield may be shifting from artillery to atomic rhetoric, clearly. On to Austria now, where a move to turn Hitler's childhood home into a police station has sparked mixed reactions within the locals. Supporters of the decision saying it could discourage far-right extremists from gathering at the site, but some locals believe the space could have been used in a more educational or symbolic way. Earlier proposals had suggested turning it into a space dedicated to peace and education. Local shop owners, meanwhile, expressed interest in presenting Hitler's birth with historical context rather than simply converting it into a functional building. Listen to this.
I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it could have been used better or differently. I can well understand that people wanted to avoid continuing to use it as a memorial. That was certainly the case in my youth.
Others, meanwhile, have welcomed the plan, noting that the building had previously been rented by the Interior Ministry and housed a center for people with disabilities before the property gets further ruined. The rebuilding cost of the site is around $22 million, reportedly.
I don't think the discussions will stop, but the fact is, hopefully, it will bring a bit of calm, because there are pros and cons, yes to police or no to police. The fact is, the house was bought by the state, and I would say that it's not wrong for the public sector to be involved.
Located near the border with Germany, this is a small house, the birth house, where Hitler was born on the 20th of April, 1889, and spent a short period of his early life. Sitting in the center of that town on a narrow and shop-lined street, Austria was annexed by Hitler's Germany in 1938. It has long faced criticism for not fully acknowledging its role in the Holocaust. And the debate there, also coming as the far-right Freedom Party, which was founded by former Nazis, leads in the polls following its performance in the 2024 national election. The debate there is also part of a larger national discussion on how Austria should address its Holocaust history. During Nazi rule, approximately 65,000 Austrian Jews were killed and 130,000 were forced into exile. India is making strategic moves to shield its skies as well as dominate its seas, from advanced air defense cooperation with Israel to the commissioning of a lethal new anti-submarine warship. New Delhi is sending out a clear message. India will secure its territory both above and below the surface. In fact, ahead of Prime Minister Modi's visit to Israel tomorrow, the Israeli Consul General confirmed that Tel Aviv wants to deepen defense cooperation with India. The Consul General also said that Israel plans to expand cooperation in joint manufacturing, technology transfer, advanced defense systems, including the battle-tested Iron Dome. The Iron Dome is an Israeli-developed mobile all-weather air defense system designed to intercept and destroy short-range rockets, artillery, drones, fired from 4 to 70 kilometers away. Operational since 2011, it uses radar basically to identify threats and interceptors to destroy them mid-air before they actually hit the populated areas, just to put this simply. Israel claims the system has over a 90% success rate. Cooperation with the Iron Dome technology, incidentally, coming at a time when India has been accelerating work on further boosting the defense around the national capital region by integrating its own Iron Dome style air defense system. We told you about this. The Defense Ministry is basically reportedly processing the integrated air defense weapon system, a multi-layered system that will combine quick reaction surface-to-air missiles, very short-range air defense systems, and a network of sensors and command units to detect, track, and neutralize the incoming missiles, drones, hostile aircraft within seconds. A strategic leap is also unfolding at sea. The Indian Navy will commission INS Anjadeep this Friday. Under the Eastern Naval Command in Chennai, this 77-meter warship forms part of the anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft project. It's designed to dominate India's coastal and shallow waters. INS Anjadeep is engineered as a dedicated submarine hunter. Let's tell you more. It carries the indigenous hull-mounted sonar, lightweight torpedoes, anti-submarine rockets designed to detect and destroy enemy submarines operating in shallow littoral zones with water jet propulsion, enabling speeds of up to 25 knots. The vessel can respond rapidly to underwater threats along critical coastlines, including Tamil Nadu, Puducherry. Beyond its primary anti-submarine mission, Anjadeep will conduct coastal surveillance, low-intensity maritime operations, and search and rescue tasks. The warship strengthens India maritime further at a time of growing competition in the Indian Ocean. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.